The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the host/guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any of BXR entities and those they represent.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Y'all let me forget to wish y'all a happy St. Patrick's Day. So happy belated St. Patrick's Day. And happy last week of, right? Well, technically into next week, but y'all get the picture. Happy last week of Women's History Month, and the best month of the year, March, duh. Anywho, welcome back to another episode of the B Mix right here, only on BigSportsRadio.com. You already know who Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time are for. Everyone, the unseen, the unheard, the overlooked, the forgotten, whether it be the forgotten part of you or for the person that doesn't belong anywhere, me, B. So welcome, y'all, and welcome back. In the spirit of welcoming, we have the privilege and the honor of having my special guest, Terrence, in the building. He is here, y'all, and he about to just drop jewels on us all night. That's it. Like, I don't know what That's it. I said it. No pressure, though, because it's really going to happen. But, I won't be that person to hype it up. When somebody tries to tell you a joke and be like, oh, you going to crack up at this. And then you be like, it's not funny. I swear that's not the case. But I'm just letting y'all know. Promise. Just talk to him. It's full of knowledge. It's fine. Anywho, welcome my friend. No, this is not your friend yet. My friend. And our special guest, Terrence Myers. Hey, Terrence. Don't shake your head at me.
What's going on? Yeah, how's everyone going?
That's how
I can't even speak right now. Oh man, no, I'm good. How about you, man?
Listen, man, you don't want me to take time to tell y'all about that. I'm
Okay.
sleepy. I'm pulling my energy though. I appreciate you because I think even just us preparing for the show, it just, I don't know, woke me up. It revived me, right, for what I needed to. My prayer over the show always gives me just enough of what I need or even more than. But I'm hot. I don't know. So y'all are only in trouble if I was cold.
Mhm.
If I'm cold, that's when I fall asleep. So I'm hot. So in case I get to looking shiny, y'all just let me know. But other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah,
That's all.
it,
That's my answer.
it is kind of warm right now, but the temperature is dropping. I'm used to now being cold, especially around this time.
It's
Like,
weird. It's weird. And I think
Yeah.
the fact that I'm hot, but I'm hearing, because I'm near a window, that I'm hearing that it's raining. It's like, okay, and it's been cold, rainy all day. Like, well, why am I so
Mhm.
hot? I don't know. My heat. I don't know what's happening. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm here.
Got you.
I'm here. How
What's-
are you?
what-
What's up?
I'm good. It just feel like now I gotta like really step my game up because you said dropping jewels, and I'm like, oh shoot. It's
Yeah.
always off top. It's always off top of the head. I never have nothing planned.
No, but exactly. That's my. See what I mean? I told y'all this, and so he just confirmed it. Like literally,
Right.
it's just talking to him, have a conversation with him. You just be like, "That's good." I literally have. I'm gonna tell y'all because I know I'm gonna give you a proof in the pudding. Because it's always what y'all here on the B Mix, raw, authentic, and organic material here. Okay, you don't know I'm just gonna fit to be me. Even though I just said gone fitna, it's fine. I'm be me. I don't really have no other way. I don't know how to be any other way. And so I'm gonna tell y'all that I mean so much of the fact that you just have a conversation with them and then you be like, oh, yo, I got my notes open from when I was last talking to him to get me through. I mean, again, no pressure here. He's trying to, he's very coy and modest, but he really is one of those people that ought not to be. But again, I'm just here. It's really
The
not my
thing is,
show.
I'm worried about the time limit. I'm like, is an hour and something like enough? But yeah, I know you know how to cut it. So yeah.
I do. Or you know what?
Got you.
No. You don't have to even depend on me for that. Monty, I promise you. He's
Got
gonna
it.
keep us together. Okay, so
Got
it's
it.
fine. But no, please, like just have at it. But what I will do is just shed a little light before you even because at the least, I want you to just help our audience rather, or our family. It's not even audience. I never really refer to y'all as audience, so forgive me for that tonight, y'all. But just to help them to familiarize themselves with you. Before you do that, I'll just shed light on the fact that we are getting into business efficiency. Okay. This man the other day simply said, let me tell you how this happened. Like literally we are like talking, right? Yeah, like we were texting, kind of, you know, like that whole like catch up thing, right? We have known each other. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it here now. So I'm 32. It's up to him if he wants to drop his age. We've known each other since, I mean, because I try not to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's good. It's good. Go ahead.
Okay, so he'll be 33, right? Right, in July.
Yep, July.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, see? Okay. Now racial whatevers. Money, terrible. Okay, sorry. Okay, yes. I know I didn't even have one of those prepared. I'm telling y'all, I almost canceled the show tonight. Okay, I'm gonna finish one thought and move forward. I promise. So, okay, back to my main thought. So we have known each other. So I know when we were 18, but I know I was working in city schools starting at 16. Did we know each other then, or we just met? We met when we were both 18.
We met. Yeah, it was 18.
Okay, so either way,
I'm trying to remember I think I remember the room number 2. Was it
oh Lord,
oh my gosh, here we go. I told you this was
and
gonna
it's
happen.
fine, and we're gonna roll through it.
And I'm gonna just let it ride out like it's nothing.
Yes, that's exactly what we do here.
I remember I believe it was on the 3rd floor. I know I was responding to a building call, and I think it was in room 3. Was it 316? And maybe, or either that or 312. I'm trying to remember the department.
But you're right. You're like, oh my gosh. Okay.
I remember it was the 3rd floor though. Yeah.
That's impressive. I don't have all of that. All I know, for whatever reason, my vivid memory of like when of us first meeting was us walking out of the main door together. Like we were walking and talking, and like I don't know. So every time I think about like when we met, for whatever reason, I guess I just associate that time. Like we're literally walking out of the front door of the building together.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my picture. So I love that you have much more detail than I have because I'm trash when it comes to that. But yeah, either way, we've known each other. What did I just say? Come on now. Like we met each other when we were 18. We're now in our 30s. Y'all listen. It's been a while, okay? It's my friend for a long, long time. Okay.
I think mostly it was me being intrigued that I'm like, this is a Western girl. I gotta make sure I'm like on my P's and Q's right now. Yeah, yo. I'm coming from Carver. Carver Oldham class 08. So it's like
we all can't be the best. So it's no good.
No, I won't say what I want to say, but yeah, those times was like, oh man.
Oh no, please.
I'm
say
so
what you want to say.
I'm so glad I was graduating that year. Cause I still remember the first day on freshman year going up to the school saying, and it's sitting across from me was clearly with seniors.
Okay.
And it was like, can you believe we're seniors now? I was like, I got 4 years. I was like, crap.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the high school, all bright eyed and bushy tail.
Well, I didn't know if I was like, cause it was like literally last minute I was going to that school.
Same.
Like I didn't even know what school I was going to.
Same. It's literally same. Like I think I enrolled into Western like the week before school started.
Yeah.
Like literally. So yeah.
But like but yeah, like the way how we met, I went, like I said, I went to Carver. It was me going through the like work study program, because Carver was a trade school, and my trade was Cisco, CCNA, I believe. Years later, I did get my A+ and such, but I applied for a job, and one of the jobs was at the time Baltimore City Public Schools, and I got up to the point where I was doing building codes, and yeah, the rest is history from that.
That's it, man.
On our history, basically.
You're right. That's a long history. I love it. Like I just wow. I have to say this because this has nothing to do with anything, but I say it anyway. Anytime I find time, I am always so jealous to find out of anyone that ever had work study in high school because that was not an option for us. So see, there's a plus. Wow. Carver over Western. Very, very, very short list. But
well, at the time was Western a citywide school though?
We have always been a citywide school. Yes, the best of them. Yes.
Oh, I gave you that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we so extra. I literally can't help it. I can't help And I'm literally not. I am the furthest away from like, I guess whatever people would think of like the typical Western girl, like furthest away from it. And still, it's embedded in us. Like if we got nothing else, it's like how to just be like, anywho. Right. You didn't have to agree so quickly, but that's fine.
No, that's good.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yep.
But yeah, while I look up one of my racial whatevers, this is so funny. Because we always have, and this is how I'm like definitely off my game. What am I looking at? I wanted to ask you or have you just to give like more about yourself, just what you're into, what you're doing, what you've been into, like long walks on the beach, whatever. Like the audience wants to know. I keep saying audience tonight, y'all. The BMX family wants to know.
I mean, if there was a beach like just across the street from me, I definitely would be walking it now.
Listen,
or
okay.
Earlier today, yeah.
Okay.
No, well, in our talk, like the first thing I guess that sparked like, hey, we got to sit down and have a talk about this. Was me finally finding out, because I had already been like I worked in IT, that didn't work for us, but I was working on a career transition. So now I'm in the gaming industry, but I was in the part, and I just now thought like, okay, I know what I want to do, but what is it? Wait, what's the name for it? So in the like maybe a few years ago, I was a lead on a project that is out now, and I found that there was so many flaws in how production dealt with like schedules and tasks, and I just and even when I brought up an idea, got tossed aside to later learn now. Project that I am on right now, someone else brought up. They weren't, and they didn't know about mine, so I'm not going to take that away from them. But I basically was like, wow, I literally thought of that, and I'm glad we're doing it right now because we're gonna have a fantastic product when it comes out, when it's ready to launch. But basically, yeah, I'm doing research and talking with another friend of mine who doing very well for herself right now. I found out it's called. First, I thought it was called workplace efficiency. Oh, workplace efficiency consultant, but really it's business or efficiency consultant.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, what do I do? How do I start it? Wait, I gotta go back in the classroom. That's number one.
And that's okay.
Yeah. But now, yeah, once I speak to him next, I'll see if he knows anyone. But now I just want to speak to anyone out there who is doing it right now and like, hey, what you got for me? Like what's some things that I have to look forward to? What are some things I can work on now before I do step foot in that classroom? So
absolutely. And that's okay.
So that's how I started.
Yeah, even once you do step into the classroom, still like I don't want to call it mentorship, but I don't see any problem in it. But I know some people will be like, I'm over that. I guess that we grew from like, what is it? Little sister, big sister, little brother, big brother, like mentorships to now like life coaches. But
yeah,
it's a motto for me. Just saying, if it's not if that's not what people out there believe, and that's okay. But that's what I call it. So either who, but I do hope that. So first of all, this is a shout out to any, and I'm not gonna say any, but to the thriving, not even say striving, the successful, was it business efficiency consultants? Holla at your boy. Okay, there we go. Oh, I did point the right way. Ooh, go me. I was like, I was ready to change my thumb. Now I look like I was doing this. Either way, but
it's a party.
You're right. It is. It's a party every time. But yeah, so just I pray that sometime soon, in the near future, that I hear back from you that you've linked up with someone that's just been like, yeah, this is good. Like this, I'm learning from this person, and even if, because that's okay. It doesn't always have to be partnership to the point where I don't even want to say that someone like both parties aren't getting something from it, because I believe even as a life coach or mentor that you're
Mhm.
getting something from, your mentee as well. Like it is a two-way street in a
Mhm.
sense. So I'm looking forward to hearing that happens, for you. And I just kudos to the fact that you even want that. Like there are people that want to break into different industries and different, you know, areas or walks of life, right? Even outside of just what they do, but just what they want to do, what they're becoming, and will not want to link up with people that are already, moving forward in that same industry. And I think that is like kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Right.
And here on the B Mix, we definitely, or I personally, and just here on the B Mix, we push for anyone that is striving to do something to build a team, especially business owners, business minded folk, which seems to be a lot more than, I'm not gonna say than we've ever had, but as far as I know, than we've ever had.
Yeah.
That that's the key. That's the goal, to have a team that you should be able to operate as a one man band, but you don't want to. And even if that's someone to just bounce ideas off of, I don't even want to say just, because I don't want to water down the value of that role in your life. But, I could go on and on about just the value of mentorship or life coaching or something of that nature. So I'd love to hear. And truthfully speaking, because I know I always got to bring something else into it, as a Black woman, right, to hear a Black man, say that, he hopes to, link with someone that knows what it's I don't like, I take pride in that for you, or like with you
Mhm.
rather,
Yeah.
like it's just a good feeling, as you
Yeah.
could tell, because I started just rambling on about it. But yeah,
Uh,
so
well,
that's mm,
I think the other thing we spoke on too was entrepreneurship
mhm.
type things, and I'm already in that phase where I do want to like do something on my own,
Yes,
and
please.
that brings me into the next thing where that's in the next thing is short term, like the business consultant thing. That's gonna be long term. Like I want to
Yeah.
do that up until retirement. Like I feel
Mhm.
like I will take pride in that. I will enjoy it, and that will be something that I'll wake up in the morning and be like, all right, what's next? What challenge is next? Like
I
let's
love
go.
that.
So well the short term thing is what I'm doing right now on my free time, and that I hope does become something and then I can make it something, is basically like content creation in the gaming world. So
Okay.
like how this is a live stream.
Mhm.
I do game live streams where I just like you can say it, I play games and and you watch me. That's
I
it.
love it.
It's
Listen,
just like that.
listen, I love it, because I'm learning, and I would admit, as a very ignorant person to anything techie, basically. And I mean
Mhm.
to the bare minimum. Like, yo, I really should just have a flip phone or a beeper.
Oh,
Okay, now we don't have to have that look of disappointment, but moving on. Uh, so,
oh
like,
wow.
either way, so I'm very ignorant to it all, and so I am really learning that this is I don't even want to say it like that, because like it's the older people, like the older generation, that kind of wants to belittle, kind of anything that is thriving in our generation for the most part. And you're
Mhm.
like, there's validity here. So I don't want to sound like that, but it's my ignorance. And I believe that that's where they speak from as well. So it really is just ignorance overall, not necessarily the age gap. It's the ignorance.
Yeah.
Because here I am, old and young and ignorant. So I'm pointing like y'all can see, but my daughter, so like I've been trying to fight her being like this, the YouTube zombie children. Trying to fight that,
Oh.
but kind of losing that battle, but I'm kind of okay with it. Long story short, the point is that I'm really seeing that children really watch other children play with toys. Like that is right. So like, just for you to say
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'll say it. Like, you watch me play a game. I'm like, okay, because yes, because I'm learning that this is really a thing. So say it loud or say it proud. Like that's
Right.
okay. So
Um, and I'll say, just on the behalf of like the content creating community,
mhm,
we all have our reasons for doing it. Whether
okay.
it's it's just for fun, and then it became something big, and now they can
Mhm.
do it full time, and they can pay their bills and support their family. Um, I would, I'm gonna be honest, I would want to get to that point. I've
Yes.
been working.
Manifest
I've worked on it since like literally consistently inconsistent
it.
since 2012. because
Okay.
because what I wanted to do was I said I got loans to pay off.
Mhm.
Maybe I can start doing this game stuff.
Listen.
But it was no commentary. At the time, it wasn't what it was what it is right now.
Okay.
Nobody played the game and had like their face like somewhere on the top left whatever corner of
Okay.
the screen. It was just all right. I learned how to roll and the skill that it learned me too because I always like I already had my tech background.
Okay. Right.
So I just said, all right, well, I can do this. And then I built my own rig, my own desktop just for it. And I
Okay.
learned like video editing, learned how to like bit rates were, resolutions like 720, 1080. Now we in the
Right.
4K world right now. But
Okay.
um but yeah, to sum all that up, I basically I do it honestly, it's just so that my gaming become can be something with meaning.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
I honestly don't play games just like it once we finish here, I'm probably going to go to sleep. Even
Me
though
too. I
last night
guarantee you.
I was on late, I was on the game late, but I'll probably go to sleep and then try to do something with it tomorrow. But
Yeah.
the only time I am really playing is when I'm broadcasting out because I
Okay.
want to make some type of
Okay.
memories. I want to like leave some type of like stamp that I was here,
I love
and
that.
then and maybe be like, all right, I just made somebody's day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hopefully it does become something so that I can do it and do it like efficiently.
Hmm.
Um, go like off the wall with it. Just expand. I guess go above and beyond with it. Like cause
You
this
have to go above and beyond.
yeah.
I have to listen. I'm here for it. I really really love because I'm a feelsy person.
Mm,
I really love the idea of like leaving a legacy. With it, like people like again because I will speak for I will never feel like I need to only bring and not even bring but just have someone on as a guest here
mm,
that I already know like kind of what they're gonna say or I already am very vast in the areas of expertise that they have like I am really enjoying that I for the most part don't really know like you know what I mean like I don't know everything of what you're saying but I'm proud of myself that I'm able to follow along. I do want to give
mm.
myself a little pat. Like I was
Hey,
like, oh, I know 720
that's
and 1080. Whoop whoop.
that's partly me. I wanted to make sure like I'm not talking too technical because I will get right. I mean, you know what happened earlier? We were talking money. He was like,
I was I was about to bring
um,
it up, but I love it. I really do. So that's what I was ushering into saying. Like, I really love, and I want us all. This is my bid, to just out here, for each of you out there that it should never be a time. And I know I've said this before, but it's no problem to say it again. One that you really don't, and it sounds crazy, especially in different parts and areas in your life, especially in your healing journey. Um, the goal is not necessarily to be the smartest person in the room. And that means that, first of all, none of us are know-it-alls. But of course, a lot of us unfortunately carry ourselves as such, and we should not. But that's just a lesson that all of us are constantly learning, right? That's a daily
yeah,
thing that you have to give effort toward of fighting against. And so, what I say all that to say that you should embrace at the least embrace conversations of people talking about things that you are not because how else are you learning? Like, yes,
right.
you can learn and to sharpen skills that you already have, but what about developing brand new and establishing and allowing someone to sow a seed, in you and to sow and plant a seed, that grows. It's not going to grow right there. It can,
Mm.
right, if you water it and give it enough sun and all that. I also don't have the green thumb. Y'all know that, so that's out my league as well. But I'm just painting out all my flaws tonight.
Right.
And so
No, that's right.
like it is. So I really I take it back to what I was saying earlier that I'm enjoying this and I was getting around to saying and giving you kudos that it is. I haven't found myself yet of being like, oh, okay, I don't know what to say. Like I don't. I'm following along. I'm here. I'm present. And I'm still enjoying the fact that it's like, wow, I really don't know this world. Nowhere near to be able to be like, yep, I got it. Like I'm in the learning chair. Like I'm in the learning seat and I'm enjoying that. And so just kudos to you for the fact that you're still able to, because unfortunately there are other people that, are, techie and that's term I use, y'all. So if anyone's out there offended, forgive me. That's what I use, because I always use it to say that I am not techie. So it's my bid to everyone that is. And so there are, they're right, because it's always something to be offended by.
Right, yeah.
And so y'all might have to bust my church fan out. I'm not. So, but yeah, like there are folks out there that, and it doesn't even just mean techie. Let me take it off of that in case anyone is offended. That when you are in your stuff, your thing, you sometimes lose. And I'll even say it's probably easier to lose others, when you are talking about your stuff. So like there are things and there are cues and I don't even want to say tips, but notes that can be taken already of just how Terrence is talking through kind of like his passion, like easily. Because I mean, it's lamest terms, because if I'm able to follow along, it's lamest terms. And so, like I love that. And again, the point is to, and introduce, what I say earlier, embrace, opportunities to learn new things. Like I know we joke and say we're in our 30s and this and that, and oh Lord, I'm this old washed up. I'm not. I do joke about being over, baby. This spring chicken. Okay, well, that might be a push, but no. Listen, okay, I'm young. I may not be here, but I'm young. We are young, and so just we're never too old. And I know it's a cliche, but it's something we should be reminded of often. Never too old to learn something new. I love that this old man. Last point, I promise, and I'm yielding the floor back to Terrence. But this old man, it was so precious.
I thought she called me. Oh, I was like, wait.
No, oh my gosh, no. I'm sorry.
I was like, I'll take that because like you can't see it unless you like zoom in. But I did like the grays was coming in right here.
Listen, come on, embrace them grays. I love grays on us. I love gray hair on us, like legit, love it. And so, but no. I'm sorry, that was a bad transition. I apologize.
That's okay.
So I was at Walmart and it was these two old men. It's funny because they were like, how the carts are. So say they're like 4 lanes of carts. One was at the first one was at the fourth one. And they're both struggling to do the same thing. But I can't get to anything else. I'm like, oh Lord, I got to help one of these out. And so, and that's what I get because I just wasn't in the mood. I wanted to be able to grab my cart and go. Like I just, but I'm always brought back to being who I am, right? So I just, how you have to lift the part up in order to pull the cart out. That's it. And so the other man, he was, is that what you got to do? Lord, you learn something new. He was just so excited. And I was excited with him and for him. Like, just go ahead, Pop. You okay? Y'all look cute. Y'all, they were so cute. They were just so, I think before I shared that, I had said that you're never too old to learn something. But if I didn't, it's probably a time where I'm not really sure where I was going with that. Either way,
I mean, I do have a point in that. Like,
yes,
when we talk about age, there was a time and many times where I was like, dang it, I'm about to hit. I was like, dang, I still don't know. But then I just, maybe it was like late 30, like when my 31st came, I was like, yo, don't even worry about that. Like, I'm always going to get that one person to be like, you're still young, or there's still time.
Yes.
And like, sure, you don't know what your last day will be, but it's still like so much life to be lived out. And I'm like, all right, cool.
That's okay. The key. That's exactly what, and that's literally what allows us to distinguish between, just kind of living like we have as many days left in the world to get to whatever we're supposed to, rather than what we actually should take it on of what you said is that there's so much life to live. So it should help us to fight out of our doom and gloom that we are in, or to avoid, bringing in. And sometimes we do, we know we do. We pull and bring the doom and gloom onto ourselves. We do it probably daily. Like it's something to fight over. And it doesn't even mean, and I'm not trying to lose anyone. So if there's anyone out there that has never experienced depression, you're a unicorn. But so it doesn't necessarily mean depression, but there are people that are walking around, that may not, I'm not even just talking about diagnosed or not, because it's a lot of us undiagnosed out there. Either who. But they just bring doom and gloom on ourselves. And it's just, we have to find the niches and the little, nooks and crannies of life that help us to avoid or to fight through that, because it is possible. And that's definitely one of the very key and profound ways to do so, of understanding all of what he just said. Actually, that's why I said there are gems and jewels, y'all. Y'all gotta listen. The fact, I know. I do
Should
want
I
to do that.
should I do it now?
At this point, might as well.
Okay,
Period. Okay, now,
let's go.
okay. Like, so,
Version 2.
okay, yeah. Guess who's Bizak? But like he literally said, that you don't know how many days that you have, right? Which we do not, and that's okay, right? Y'all know it's my favorite ending to everything, and that's okay. It's not the fact that we should live as though, we have forever to get done what it is that we are meant to do. Okay. But so there's these 3 points, but it is to live life as though there is more life to live. There are too many of us out there living as if life has stopped. There are literally too many of us walking around here like walking dead. That is not the case. I know I talk about just small things of how we speak death over ourselves. Like, do not do that. I do not like it. It is not good. It is not cute. It is not fun. Do not do that. That's all.
Right.
I mean, we, especially here in Baltimore. Come on now, y'all. Listen, if you ain't got, now, again, I don't want to lose nobody, because if you have, if this applies to you, I'm not poking fun. I promise, not shaming or blaming. But if you haven't been hit by a stray wood, knocking on wood, come on now. Like, that should say enough. If anything, that should tell you that there is a God. Amen. Like, if you are ever questioning it, somebody's looking out for you, because
Exactly.
okay, just want to put that out there, because it don't matter what part of, okay, I'm carrying on. Either way, so like those 3 parts, or 3 points rather, were just so good. They were so good to carry on, like, literally throughout life. So I had to take the time to pause to make sure that we all caught that, because that was good.
Right.
Just saying. So I want to take a, not even a turn really, actually, just to kind of zone in on something in particular, where, and you said this, I don't even know, I know I pointed out the few times that I did take notes, but this one, I think, was like the first one that I was like, oh, that's good, let me write that down, and may not have said it.
I know which one you're
But
talking about. Yeah, I'm ready.
which one?
I'm ready.
I should make you say it first to see if it's right. But no, so it was working from home, and you had made a point to say that, and I just, oh man, it made me wonder how many people have felt like this, right?
Yeah.
That there's an of course, while, let me start on the high. So while working from home, especially in this day and age, right, this COVID season, that we praise, right, the notion, the idea, the concept, the opportunity to be able to work from home. So yes, right, rightfully so. So everybody out there, listen. And for the folks that are not, don't feel left out, but we're just talking about this just 1 minute, so calm down. But then there's also this feeling of like an uneasy feeling, right? And you said it feels like it could be snatched from me at any time. Like that, like that hit my chest, because I was like, yes, that's exactly what I felt before.
Well, let me say, like, the reason I say that, because it was like, let's see, we literally, honestly, we did hit the 2-year anniversary last week.
Mm-hmm.
When we started, when my studio, or my company,
Okay.
we started. Why you say, all right, if it works for you, then the next time you come in, just take all your stuff and stay home.
That's it.
So we started that, and got used to it. Then I'm like, okay, I know this stuff going to die down or just go away.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, what are they going to do? Because my current situation, I'm not ashamed to say it, because issues, life, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I have basically from there is a 2-hour commute, because it's all the way in the county, and I live in the city. Bus, yeah, it's a bus. It's one bus now. Oh, it's been 2 years now. Oh God.
Right. Wait, I don't even know how to get there. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's out Hunt Valley, Sparks, Maryland. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
So and like, even if once I get on the light rail and get off the last stop, I can't even walk there. I need like another
Oh
part of
my goodness.
transportation, like someone picking me up to get there because there's a road that's like a S curl that I did hear someone died try to go on it because it's like a
Oh
bridge.
my
And
God.
yeah, they so everyone's like, "Did you ever watch?" I was like, "No, don't."
Yeah.
I'm like,
You do
"Okay."
not speak of that actually.
I was like, "Say less." All right, cool.
You know, for real.
So,
Like what? Oh God.
so like, but
Nice.
and for me, it's like I don't want to go back to that. If the person who I was relying on either that day or
Mhm.
this period, because I've gone through so many people now.
I
That didn't,
bet.
sound right, but
I
I've
can
gone through so
imagine.
many people. So like either dropping me off, picking me up, and this and that, and I was like, can I just stay home? And then I just was like, you know what? Let me just talk to my supervisor and say, hey, I have no desire to come back. But if I have to, I will. I don't want to jeopardize my employment.
Mhm.
And then the first thing I told you was, hey, what was it? Oh, I've been able to they let me stay 100%. I'm like, oh, great. However, it's still looming over me that, hey, might want to start packing. I'll be like, oh my
No,
God.
no,
I
listen.
thought you said,
Listen.
yeah,
Hold that thought. Hold that
yeah.
thought. So packing up, that just really made me think. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and come right back into that because I want you to unpack what you might want to start packing. Like I
Oh
want to hear
man.
all about this.
All right.
Going to commercial. We'll be right back, y'all.
Dylan got it bumping. I get high, and you been heavy on my mind. Baby, you're too damn fine. Not to let me hit it one time. I thought if I can get that back, then can find a way to make you mine. But you only fuck because I had drugs. I'm thankful for the drugs, so I just broke one out. I end up on my love, just for
Hey y'all. Guess who's back? It's me. It's we. It's us. It's me putting on cocoa butter on my lips because I feel like I was licking my lips way too much in the first half of the show. So forgive me if I was. I don't know. I could have been. I could have not been. I'm not sure. But I just figured to just save y'all from all that stress of feeling like you may have gotten to the point where you were counting how many times I was licking my lips. I would never want anybody to take shots to every time I lick my lips in the first half because I don't know what you would be doing by now. Moving on. That's where my thoughts were. Getting us back though. Terrence was telling us of how his COVID, let's see, work out on COVID experience. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Like it's literally been so long that we've all it's crazy to even think about like how
Yeah.
it started. So, but
It's the
please,
new norm. It's the new
no,
norm.
no, for real, we're in it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like the new norm is coming. No, it's here. So,
Right.
so they told you to start packing.
Well, no, they know. It's just the I don't want to say anxiety because I never felt any type of like depression or anxiety.
Okay.
Wow, angst, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Um, but it's just the thought of them saying, "Hey, it's time." I'd be like, "Oh man," but it hasn't come. I'm grateful. Be able to wake up and then just log back right in, do some checks, and then go brush my teeth, or while I'm waiting for whatever and
Yeah.
brush my teeth, then do the work. But yeah, it's cool. I never thought I would be in a situation like this.
Listen, okay. How about that? And
Yeah.
that statement alone, I think many people have said it by now, multiple times, I'm sure, in different facets of life, and that it means so many different things. I don't know what to say, how to say I don't like something, but I want to suggest it's me. I'm focusing now, so I'm sorry. I've been being an octopus like heavily for the past like couple days. Like, and I feel like each arm has like obviously his fingers, and then each finger has an arm with fingers. So that's been me lately. So forgive me, y'all. I'm doing better, trying. That's the operative word. Trying to do better at focusing back and zoning back in. Okay, as I still keep zoning out. Okay. But
can I add a gem?
No,
That,
please.
what you
Yes.
just said?
Yes. Always.
It's gonna sound like I'm jabbing you, but
Probably.
there's either doing or not doing. There's no trying.
So let me tell you why. No, let me tell you why I can receive that.
I need another pair of glasses. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why I can receive that and receive that well. So my trainer, oh my goodness, that's what I get, because that's why I stuttered of even saying it initially, of saying the word trying, because he literally, I've been working out with him since I think October of last year. And that was like one of the first things. He was just like, no, like there's no, because like people will even like compliment you, like, oh, look at you, you're doing it. You like trying. He's like, no, you're not trying, you're doing it. Like
Right.
stop that. And it's funny because I immediately adopted it and started like sharing it with people. Like I'm sure I even probably said it on here a few times. So thank you. That just got me together. You didn't even know, that's my little like brief background with the word and the term, but it still brought me back together. So thank you.
I can't quote who said. I know I was hearing it, but I was like, I never thought of it when I did hear it the first time. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I'm not trying to pick this phone. I did.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Right.
Like what is what is the in between of trying it?
None. None with the hovering. Now that's good. I ain't gonna lie, I might start using that. But it's so good. It forces you to be more assertive. And of course, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So too much of anything can be a bad thing. And so it's not even being over assertive, because I think automatically in certain words, if we think of the word aggressive, if we think of assertive, if we think of, I'm trying to think of any other words that kind of fall right in line with those, like, and have the negative connotation, it's because we automatically think of hearing over aggressive, over assertive, like, and that's not what it is. There's a difference, right? If it's just assertive, okay, cool, I'm showing up and I'm asserting myself. Over assertive is, or whatever. I don't know. That was my bad. I'm not over assertive because I don't even know how to impersonate it. But the point of it being that it's a simple rule of thumb of removing the term trying out of your everyday vocabulary. It forces you to just see it, call it what it is, see it black and white, like, and that right. I mean, their life is full of a lot of gray area. A lot of it is unnecessary, and in a lot of areas, but a lot of times where it can be just black and white, and we cause the gray area for like a trying. And then like even me, how I just said like, oh, I might adapt that hovering, like, okay, I'm not gonna say trying, but I might say hovering from some time to time. But no, because I'm looking for this in between place of either do or don't, and there really is none, and that's okay. Like that could go, baby, that thing could preach. That's good. Like that, right. That could move some mountains. So thank you. I really like thoroughly mean that. I can't wait to tell my trainer that. So I'll be like, see, thought you could get away from it, didn't you? No.
But we all got it from that one person. I forget, but yeah, he can't. I'm sure he can't take that the credit. Be like,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
No, I did hear that. So, yeah, I did.
I'm sure of it, and it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, darn it. What was I saying? I don't know, y'all. But one thing I want to ask you to give the people, right? Is that you said
what am I? Oh no, I wasn't preparing for this. No, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
You had said you had referred to, or no, you said that jobs are like relationships, right? Because I was trying to quote you verbatim, and I only have it written down like in my shorthand notes of like jobs equates to relationships. And so I really would love for you to share that and share where you get that from, or just what you mean by that with folks, because yeah.
So jokingly, how much time we got?
No, really.
Because you
So-
know how much that, you know how long that took. But no,
Look, and I know, right? We got
And-
31. So
got you. In the 2 points that we distinguished, and it was like they were so spaced out.
mhm.
First I was trying to figure out, wait, when we said races are like lessons, like wait, I was like, I had a term for that, and I didn't see that from that. I made it up, and I was like, lesson? No, I was like lessonship.
Thank
I was like,
you.
maybe
I was about
that's
to
it. I
bring
was like
that up.
lessonship. Yeah.
Lessonships.
And the reason why is so again, like the first point. Hopefully, I can get the second one because I know it was the second one.
That's fine.
The first one was it was, and this was really the second because we thought like this all the way up to that, but it was like when we're transitioning to a new job.
Hmm.
Um, so we were going like talking about past relationship experiences and that, and my last one, which like I swear to God, I know this had happened. She was already preparing like the next one, but while still with me. So in a job,
That's right.
but in the job, that's what you're supposed to do because you got to secure like, all right, this how much money. I'm making this much more money. Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
this got benefit. This don't have
Mhm.
benefits. Oh, all right. When can I start?
No, really.
2 weeks. Okay. Then
Today?
you'd be like,
No.
all right. You'd be like, all right, 2 week notice. Okay. All right. It's been real.
Okay.
Cool. It's the same. I feel like, and like again, like I'm no love guru. I'm no whoever that person is, whatever. But it literally is the same language in
Mhm.
between the two. However, in relationship, you don't do that to somebody.
Right. You
Don't do
should
that to
not,
somebody.
everyone. You
Right.
should not do that. So you heard it here. I ain't gonna say first, but you
Hey,
heard it here.
From
Nice and clear.
from firsthand experience.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay. Say. From two
However,
first-hand experiences. Okay. Just
yes,
please. Thank you.
you say, all right, we it's not working out, and then you go find the next one. But
Mhm.
that's the comparison I had made that day. But then the other thing was you could be at like I've only like for now, this is only my second job since working ever. And I always got
Love
worried
it.
like, oh, how many jobs did you have? Like, oh, my resume is small. Oh no, I don't have two, 3 pages.
Not small
But
at all, actually.
right.
Don't
So
get me
I was
started.
like, so the first one I said, yeah, okay, it was like 6 years. And this one right now is currently 7 going on 8.
See, exactly. That's why I
Um,
said not small at all, because
right.
no.
So I said, okay, what about relationship? I thought, if you've been in that one for so long, but then you think about the marriage thing, like, well, if you're not married, it's like, oh, it's
Mhm.
kind of it's kind of not working out right. But then if you do meet someone in within it, but you'd be like, all right, I don't want to move on to that one yet. I want to maybe get to know like, oh, but they are so much better though. So then you go ahead and leave that one to go to the next one. Again, going to the first one properly.
Mhm. There we
So
go.
that was
Properly.
it right there.
There's a right and wrong way to do
That's
everything, even of
that's that
leaving a relationship and or a job.
right.
Okay. Or being left in a relationship or a job. Just saying. Like
Yeah.
it can go all different ways. And so it's about efficiency. Efficiency. I think if we could all adopt this concept of and as a matter of fact, what I do like to do from time to time, and y'all, I am not too good to look up a word. Okay. Mostly I'm looking up words to make sure that I'm pronouncing them correctly because I really like to enunciate. And I like to know the correct, pronunciation. That's all. So but I also sometimes it's like to look up the definition. Like it's okay. I promise. Like it's okay to be like, you know what, I don't know this word. Or to jug at us a little bit of where we say like we're getting up in age or whatever, jokingly. But what it'll be like, you find yourself like, Lord, I wrote that word. Now I know I wrote that word before. Why does this look different? Hey, is this how you spell fresh? Does this look right to you? Like, it's always a simple word. Like it's always
Has it always been spelled like that? It looks weird.
So okay, so it has the S and then the H. That's how that goes.
Yep.
Okay, like
Yep.
so you had those moments. So either way, you have so many different reasons to look up a word.
Right.
And so the point is that I would love for us to get the concept of, well, I'm going to stay away from that word because I was going to say it again. But if we are looking to adopt a concept, you have to know the concept that you're even, looking to adopt in the first place, right? And so even if somebody comes to you to impress upon you this, said concept, whatever that is, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know. Figure it out for me. Sorry, y'all. So I literally throw it out here because I do feel like this is like rude. I keep having little like outbursts. I'm working on some stuff, y'all, like my next books to be released and stuff. So I'm octopussing it up.
Oh man.
Okay. Did that sound as bad as it probably felt coming out? Okay. I should have made it the verb.
Coin it. That's good.
Okay. Okay. And will. Thank you so much. That's all I needed. I'm the person that either needs just the right amount of support or just the right amount of like hype. Like, oh, coin it. Got it. Thank you.
It's about a smidge of uncomfortableness.
Oh, dang.
Definitely. That's what I felt. But y'all done messed up now. See, Monty, you should have said it first because Terrence said coin it. So I'm saying it and I might adapt it. I ain't gonna say it every time on the show. Never mind. I was about to go a little too far. But let me just go back. So yeah, so sorry y'all for my outburst. That's because I'm right now texting the graphic designer about the final touches like on my cover to part 2 to Dear Tombstone. So anywho, okay. So if we're talking about, or if that's what I was saying. That's where I left off. Of someone to impress upon you, like a concept, a new idea, just anything, that you should want to know it. And it doesn't always necessarily take for them to be the ones. Really, you shouldn't leave it for anyone to tell you anything, like for that to be your only source of knowledge. That the tip of the week. Like whatever someone is giving you, whatever someone is feeding to you, think of it as, I don't know why, this is what keeps coming to mind, and I'll just receive this as a divine download. That was coming to mind is like I don't know what they would actually be. I'm laughing because I got to tell y'all what I call them, but I got to describe to you who and what I'm talking about first. So the folks, like say if you go to like Walmart, and the folks that are trying to sell to you like the discount on your BGE bill, or heck, even like Xfinity has been there, like, like selling like internet, right? So whatever those people are, I don't know, whatever. But I refer to them as the infomercials.
Oh man.
So that's I promise there's no shade to anybody. I promise. But that's just what, I don't know. My brain it can't hold everything. Okay. So please. And so, because I was about to say, so when the infomercials are talking to you, but I didn't want y'all to think I meant on the TV. I literally mean in person. Moving on. But you don't want that to be like, even if it's a little backwards, but I'll even go with it because I understand real life. So real life, say if you are the person that ends up, signing up with them and all that, okay. But again, your source of knowledge should not only be them, should not only be their representative that has told you, the discount that you've saved and this and that, because you got to remember, they are there for service, they are there for a reason and a purpose, they have their quotas and all that to meet, and you got to respect that, and that's okay, right? Y'all know this is my favorite ending to everything. But again, that should drive you even more to be like, let me look into this, let me go back and see what contract I really signed. Like what,
right?
Technically it should happen before you sign it. Should always thoroughly read a contract in its entirety before you sign it. Okay, that's a real B tip of the week. Okay, but we know realistically, because I'm not even gonna ask you to raise your hands of who all has read their terms and conditions. Okay, Apple agreements. Come on. So now, just
it's the biggest lie in the world, honestly.
All right, you too. Okay. I feel like I felt judgment from the both of you because neither one of y'all on Team Apple, and I know I'm outnumbered here, and I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
I every time I start a new playthrough, I have to go through the list, and I have to click the check. I just scroll right through, so it's like again the biggest lie in the world.
That's it. Like, don't there was literally, not to even bring this up because I can't remember all the details. Of course, it was ignorant, but there's I think an episode of South Park that's like geared directly toward like the agreement that you sign. Like they didn't say Apple, but whatever. And it's just like the terms and conditions, like, bruh, like Do not lie that you signed. You did not read that. You liar. You're a liar. And okay, you lied about it. A lot of us do. Yeah, no, I bet nobody ever prayed to ask to be forgiven for that though. Just saying, you lied. But okay, the points, because I took us away to get us back, is that because I do have the definition of, is that you do not ever, I'm gonna say it again, you do not ever want your your only source of knowledge to be someone else. Not for anything that you are interested in, for anything that you have signed up for anything that you are included in, anything attached or assigned to you. No, someone else should not be your only source of knowledge. It doesn't mean that they can't contribute to the amount of knowledge that you have on, such topic, subject, whatever the case may be, but they should not be your only source of knowledge. And if you really think about it, a lot of us have operated in that way. There's some area in our life, I will raise my hand because that's getting back to what I was talking about earlier of things that I don't know. So I am, and I had probably said to y'all many times, like, oh, they're just things I'd just rather pay somebody for. I want to throw my hands up to it. I don't want to deal with it. Techie. Please do it.
You snuck that in there.
I had to because please, no, I don't want to do it. And so, and all we're really doing is shooting ourselves in the foot because here it is, something new, and it's something that we could very well pick up and may even be naturally good at. We don't know. But here we are because we rather leave someone else, because I feel like there's just somebody out there that's just like, oh no, I don't do that. I don't let somebody else be my only source of knowledge on something. More than likely, buddy. I just want to, yeah, you do. And it's okay. But let's change that, right? I'm even talking to myself out loud. I'm going to watch this over again. And I'm going to roll my eyes at this part, but it's okay. So if we're talking about...
Clip it.
Okay. Cut this out. Like, mute it here. Matter of fact, mute myself. It's like, no. But yeah, so if we're talking, we're talking about business efficiency here, or just efficiency in general, right? So I know I took us far from where I started, but just to bring us back of just being efficient. If we were all to adopt the concept of being efficient in what we do, take it even out of business, right? Anything that we do, if you are in school, even thinking about school, right? The necessary research or preparation that it takes, or that it entails, but just the fact that some of us skip that, right? Especially if we did school like younger, we definitely didn't know what to do to prepare for that, for post-secondary education. Efficiency. We sometimes we have been placed in scenarios where we've been forced, like not even allowed the opportunity to consider the efficiency of a thing. And so I get that it is something that's almost been conditioned, right? So that's what I said, it's very important, just to my parents for a second, or just anyone that's in a child's life in any type of capacity. It's important not only what you do, but what you don't do. You have to be mindful of all things, right? Of just impressionable audiences, right? If you work with youth, if you work with someone that, just mental, whatever, right? People, they don't need to fall in any of those categories. People, a living being, is an impressionable, person in some way, shape, or form, right? And so it's important of even what you do not do. And I know it's tiring in a sense to be like, oh, I have to explain what I didn't do, why I didn't do it. Oh my Lord, I get that. But that's a part of efficiency. So all of that to bring us to the definition of efficiency, according to Oxford Languages, is, as a noun, is the state or quality of being efficient. I always hate when they give that definition, so I'm giving more. An action designed to achieve efficiency. Thank you so much. Third, and this one, I kid you not, over this definition, it's called the technical definition. So it is the ratio of the useful work performed by a machine or in a process to the total energy expended or heat taken in. Baby, now listen.
Jeez.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I get why that's the technical definition. Two, there's some stuff in there that you can actually apply to real life. Just saying. Just saying. I can run into that. The ratio of the useful work alone, a useful work performed rather, that alone, you could take that and apply that all up and through life. Just saying. Okay. So the ratio, like, are you balancing it out? What's on both sides of it? Like, how's it matching up? Where'd you get these numbers from? Why on one side, or for a different part of life, you give this amount, what does it say? Work perform. So you perform, and work is what you do. So we'll just leave it there. But you perform, in this area, or exert this amount of energy, okay, to something, but not the other. But both these sides of the it's not the equation of the colon, right? Are a part of you, but yet you're exerting more energy here than there. I'm guilty of it. Again, I just said techie. Think of me not being techie, and it runs our world. How the hell am I going to call myself being efficient? I'm not. And we don't want to call it that. We just talked about that, of just calling it out. And yet we refuse to do that. So I'll spare you all my soapbox tonight, but
oh man,
because again, I'm guilty of it. So it's my rant.
That's yours.
That's my rant.
Well, I mean, before I had found a name for it, I just was like, what after identifying things that need to be worked on, or maybe to prevent from happening again. That's where I was like, it got to be something for this. Like what is it? And then that's where that came. I was like, all right.
You gotta, I promise you, because I guarantee. So side note, I will share now. If I don't remember to say it again at the end of the show, that y'all, the B-Mix, we're taking a little break, okay? Can we do that? Mama tired, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. But my brain is still running, like, oh my gosh, when we come back, I don't know if it'll be immediately, but at some point I want to do a series literally on lessonships, and we'll be sure to, give credit where it's due every time I even mention the term. But that is, you need to coin it. Just saying,
I'm gonna hashtag it as soon as we get off of this
thing. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, it should have been hashtag. You must. I'm telling you, it needs to run. It needs to be a post that hopefully goes viral. It needs to be out there, because it's a really good term, and I'm a lover of words. Words that help me to compact all my thoughts.
Someone watched Big Hero 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Such a good movie. Okay. Just saying. It's very good, y'all. If you have not watched it, it's amazing. There's another one, I think.
Still waiting for the sequel. No, we're still waiting for the sequel.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, okay. I remember it being some talk about it. I'm not going to go into my soapbox, y'all. I know somebody somewhere, a B-Mix regular, is just like, oh gosh, you about to say it again. I am usually a skeptic when it comes to any sequel, any remake. So that one I do feel like should not be touched. There are not many newer Disney movies and Pixar's and all those that I don't feel like, oh, they just shouldn't be touched. But because it's usually the old ones that I'm like, do not touch them, and here they are touching them. But this one here, leave it alone.
Kind of got bad news for you. It kind of did get touched, but not in the way you would think. So thankfully you have me here, video game guy.
Yes,
my favorite series is Kingdom Hearts. It's basically Square Enix and Disney characters, collide worlds, this and that.
Okay.
And Big Hero 6 was actually a world in the latest installment.
Okay.
And they treated it as a sequel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave it right there.
If they're not bringing the brother back, all right. What do they want from me? What do they want, Terrence?
Well, I will say he actually isn't dead. He actually became some fire person, but that's the comics. The whole thing is based on the comic. You need to read, look up the source material. You'll be like, oh yeah. You'll be like,
okay, I'll take that, because I mean, my heart. I'm still. That's a loss that I have not over. Yeah. Nobody talks about it. I think more semi-recently I've seen a post where I think it just said Disney. I don't know if it just said animated, so left it open, but I think it was just Disney, of what Disney losses hit you harder. And of course a lot of people, Mufasa, sure, of course. But baby, that the brother was not on there, and he should have been. Oh God. Oof, that was still I can't even. All right, we got because I feel like I should have been at the funeral. I legit feel like I should have served potato salad or something. I feel like I do. Like, y'all want some chicken? No.
Oh
I don't
my
want to. I
god.
should have brought the chicken, the rotisserie chicken from Sam's, the lemon cake, and the Shasta sodas. That's what I should have. That's
Oh,
I'm tired, yo. I'm sorry. I apologize.
oh man.
I'm just saying. What is this? Okay. So before I ask you one other question, let me read through this note, because this is wordy, and I don't know why I wrote this like this. Let's see. We have to widen the concept of aspiring dreams equates to working on inner self. Okay, because what we are and do outside of what pays you will seep out, and you don't want it to work against you, rather work out for you. Okay, y'all read through that again. Y'all listen to that again. I just had to read it out loud because I was trying to read it to myself and I was struggling.
I take my glasses off for that. Okay.
See,
Ooh.
that's one of those like. Before we get out of here,
No, you good. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was just going to say, before we get out of here, I do though. I wouldn't be me if I didn't, if I wasn't I always say a man of my word. I'm not a man, anyone, and no judgment if anyone is, and whatever.
It's a statement.
I just, it is, but people take it to heart. Oh my gosh. Anywho,
yeah.
But I'm definitely a man of my word. So, plus sometimes like chin hairs. Okay, okay. I just.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to bed. I promise you, I will be asleep by 9:31. But okay. So my question before we get out of here though is the fairy tale. I almost called it the juicy fairy tale, but.
Oh
yeah.
I was like, is this it? I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, so the floor is yours, my friend.
Oh shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And,
there you go.
And when we end, also, I was like, I had to get up for that. When we end, I do have I want to share my like closing. Every time I end the stream, I want to put that in there too. So if you
please.
I just messed the moment up.
No,
so, fairy tale.
Sure.
Basically the fairy tale is and this is like, I don't know if it's anybody that I used to know, like at the workplace or whatnot, like, hey, then you like know what happened. Basically the fairy tale is me, how I wound up in the job that I'm working right now, basically in the gaming industry and the quality assurance department at Fraxis Games.
Okay.
So after a year of, and this is 2014, like in 2014, after a year and some change of some months of networking, basically going to gaming conventions, meeting indie developers and just talking to them about the business and like what, with me not having any experience, what I can do. Like all I'm bringing is IT. That's it. I was given an email. They said, "Hey, go here," and I said, oh, "Okay." And the first thing that said was, "Fraxis is here." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I'll go there, and I'll never forget. That's where I met my now ex director, and I spoke to him one time. I said, "Here's my resume, sir." Like, yeah, I've seen the game on game titles, but on game shelves, but I never knew that was here. I was like, I thought like, wow, never knew something big was here in my hometown.
Right.
So he said, "Oh yeah." It's like, okay. So then I left, and then there was a speaker there, and I sat on the side because networking events for me, I guess I'm still an introvert. I don't know. Intro, extro, whatever.
And you're allowed to be that. Trust me.
Yeah.
I hate it. I do. I hate it. So
I first heard it from Kendrick Lamar when he said it on the damn album. So yeah.
Listen, okay, please.
So I spoke to him. He saw me. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?" Just conversating, and then he said, "Oh, if you're interested in them, don't just talk to him that one time. Talk to him multiple times." And I probably talked to him maybe like 4 or 5 more times. And then actually when we were closing, because I was like, shoot, I'm gonna get home because this is in a town where I'm not familiar with. But I said, "Oh, can I help you with the table?" And I believe I may have walked into the car too. And it might have just like set in like, oh, okay, I remember this guy.
Yeah. There you
The other
go.
thing I'll add too is gaming industry is just like any other like maybe music or movies or entertainment in general.
Okay.
It's one of those jobs where it's more so you not knowing not what you know, but who you know.
Yeah.
And I swear I fell into the 0 point um repeated nine whatever of I didn't know nobody. I
Okay.
spoke to him, he didn't know me. Um I was having bad times, or I explained to him I was having bad times at my old job. I said,
Mhm.
"Hey," it was like a desperate, like, "Get me out of here, please."
No,
Like,
really.
they, like,
I get
please.
that. I hear that.
So, so where we worked, I was in the basement, and there was barely any like service.
Hmm.
Somehow he got my he got my. I called him. He called me back. The call went through. I was like, oh, Barry, oh, hold on, let me get a signal. Let me go to the
Okay.
staircase. And he invited me to a tour. And so let me
Okay.
say that was the Wednesday. I said, great, all right, I can come tomorrow. He's like, no, we have 2K coming. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh
So I just
man.
went back to all right. So I say, all right, Monday. Um, so for those who know movies, May 4th, was this the 4th? May 4th, 2014, the day the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. The Andrew
Hmm.
Garfield one that had Jimmy Fox in it.
Okay.
Um, that was my
Shout out to my
last day.
nephew who loves Spider-Man. Okay.
Yes. Oh, no one him was great. Um, that was my last day working at Baltimore City Schools.
Yes.
It was basically it was just I already had issues with the supervisor, or it was the contract agency guy, whoever, and he said boom. So after that, I came back and visited just to let people know I was okay. Um, it was like, oh, do you need anything? I was like, I I have an interview Monday already, so I was
Okay.
already like,
I'm good.
doing it in the transition. Just of course, not in the way I wanted it, but
Hmm.
hey,
It is what
my
it
my
is.
my spring break was ruined, and I basically just got it back, but in a month span.
Yeah,
And then
that's all right.
talked to him. He said, while sitting in his office, he said, "So when can you start?" I was like, "Yeah, about that." So when we first met, I was employed. I'm sitting in your office, an unemployed man. I can start whenever you
Okay.
like.
So yesterday, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, and
we met.
that's it. That's from then on. And my first day was June 9th.
Yes, please. First of all,
That was
I
it.
this is probably and no, I don't even care. I'm not even about to give a disclaimer to it. I really enjoy to hear someone's official last day of city schools. I I just know.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I'm not sitting here about to rag on them. I think a lot of people on the outside of city schools can it has enough to complain about, but baby on the inside, especially it's an
Mm.
ooh. So listen,
It was definitely a relief when he
yeah,
told the director that yeah, I don't think and all I did was just miss some paper. I missed giving him some image what I'm like, okay, you
listen,
didn't like just say
it
you
was
didn't
meant.
like me, sir, and I'm going.
Right. It was meant and it's totally okay.
Yeah.
And so that listen, beautifully said. I'm literally happy for you. I love to see somebody happy in what they're doing. That makes me happy. And I'm not gonna lie, especially a brown and black person. My favorite. So before we get out of here though, share with us this. You said how you close out your streams,
Oh
please.
yes. Well, with I added I made an addition now, so because like the war and stuff, won't say too much with that. But I usually say please continue to root for each other. I hashtag root for each other, da, da, da.
Love
But
that.
now I say pray for peace, pray for change, and please continue to root for each other. Well,
And thank you. Like that. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right. I should have dang it. I should have timed that out better so that was really our closing. I don't even want the final words. I don't.
it's
I
fine. It's
don't
fine.
That's good. I mean, especially you had me at root for each other. That whoo. Child, you on the right show here. That's good. Look, you made me zip and unzip my jacket. Okay. Um, That's good. And pray for people. Oh Lord, yes, please. Yes, please. So I definitely concur with all of that. Thank you. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for shedding your light. I hope, and I mean, I guess technically this is putting you on the spot, but I don't mean to, but I hope this is not the last of us seeing you here. So I will say, with everyone behind me that, okay, right. These are the only sequels that I look forward to.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that I haven't had some sequels that I enjoy, but the list is very slim. Either way, but just the invitation is always, and I mean this. I know people just say it, but we really say what we mean. I mean, we say here. I almost said that backwards. But the invitation is definitely like wide open all the time. All the time. I mean that. If ever it just crosses your mind, please, and the answer more than likely is yes. And so that being said, everyone, thank you. Go back, read through, I keep saying read, watch through as you comment, like, and share the show outward, especially this particular episode. Enjoy our break. I know I will. I'm not gonna lie. I get to get my Thursday nights back for a little bit, y'all. I will be back. No, don't get too crazy. But just thank all of you here. I appreciate each and every last one of you, and I thoroughly and genuinely mean that. And I pray.
What are you talking about? You have one more show.
For real?
March 31st.
I know you lying. Monty, you could have just let me.
Oh,
so you're right.
Man.
Okay, so never mind. So I'll see y'all next week, right? But I still. Let me look at this date.
Man.
I know. March will not end. Okay.
Yeah, March is
31st.
like.
It's wow. Okay. Okay.
Remember the February and March days like match because of the day. Yeah.
Hey yo. I'm humble. So that shows how tired I'm going to bed. That's the end of this show here, because at least I know I'll see y'all next week. So all of that, I still mean it, and I'll just reiterate it next week. I told Terrence, did I not tell you? I'm just me on here. You never have to worry about, like, you just roll with everything. That's it.
It's
so
good.
Listen, here we are. If this didn't show y'all and encourage you to be the mix that you are, I don't know what else will. Okay, because this is me, live and in color, and just wrong. With that being said, be the mix that you are. I love you, and I mean that. Until next week, peace.